Hey guys, welcome to Water Baby Tarot. So those who've been with me for a while know that I have had a lot of changes to my content, a lot of changes to my channel, and we are just coming out of that, like the big transition of all of my content, which I'm happy to finally be out of the woods on that. I'm sure you guys know it's been a little rough. It's been a little rough there. Also, a lot of you guys know that I have really been missing you guys a lot. I put out a lot of content this week because it's just like when I have shit scheduled, you know, like the crystal readings I always kind of do at the end of the month, and then I usually do the birthday readings at the same time, all of that, right? So you guys have seen my face a little bit more than you have, you know, for the first half of the month. And I have really been missing doing readings. I have. I'm just being totally honest with you. And a lot of you know I stopped doing them because I literally was just guided to. Like, that's it. Like it's not brain surgery. Like I was guided to. And I listened to my guides. I did the changes and I feel good about them, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been talking to them and I'm like, can we have some kind of compromise? I'm really missing them. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really missing them. So I've been sitting with this for a while. Like, I miss doing those kind of readings. Don't get me wrong. I love doing the collective readings. I think we get some really powerful messages off of that. I love doing the energy shift readings because we can see the major difference in the collective when we have these energy shift readings and kind of what's to come of those energies, which I think is also really important and really helpful, honestly. I love doing those, but I miss it. I miss it. So I've been sitting with this. I've been meditating with this for a while. So I basically came up with this idea. We'll see how it goes. Well, it might not be permanent. We're just going to do a little test run, see how it does. Where basically I'm going to do what's called surprise readings. Because I've really been feeling a lot of stuff wanting to come through in the last couple of days, especially where I'm like, I feel like I need to be like getting messages out to people, but not in a collective way, but like, you know what I mean? Like the same feeling I would get when like I'd be SOS'd by a sign, like Taurus or Leo or something like that. Like, I just heard Virgo, that's interesting. Where I feel like I've been SOS before, like that's the feeling I've been getting, and I'm just like, I don't, like, these don't feel like collective messages, they just don't. So anyway, I've been sitting with that and trying to, like, you know, tackle with my brain of like, what do I do? Like, how do I go about this? What's really best? Like, what do I feel most comfortable with? And I just want to feel like I'm doing the right thing, right? That I'm doing the right thing for my channel, that I'm doing the right thing for me and for my work and for the collective as well. So I decided to come up with these surprise readings. Like, when I'm feeling that big SOS feeling, I'll go ahead and do one of these readings. And the way that this is going to work, I'm going to use major arcana from a deck, and I'm basically just going to pull the cards that want to come out. The cards that will come out will indicate the energies at play. So for example, with major arcana, they usually follow a planet or a sign. Okay, so with the cards that come out, they can be regarding a certain placement you have in your natal chart. Excuse me. A certain sign of yours that you have in your natal chart, like, you know, your rising sign, your moon, your sun, whatever, what have you. It could also indicate a certain time period of when we have a planet transitioning into a certain sign. We also have Mars, we also have Venus that can indicate masculine energies at play or feminine energies at play. And of course, with every planet, they have their ruling signs, right? Like Mars would be Aries and Scorpio, Venus would be Libra and Taurus. So you guys kind of get where I'm going with this. So whatever the messages are that you resonate with, and if you don't resonate with them, that's okay. It just wasn't for you. But just to give an idea of what energies are at play for these SOS messages that I'm getting that need to come out, and like I said, it can be pertaining to your natal chart, a certain sign placement that you have, or someone that you're connecting with, or a certain time period that we're in. So some of these might even be collective messages that I'm being SOS with, but I feel like I'm getting pulled. I feel like I'm getting pulled by like little groups of people on these. So these are just the surprise readings. Again, we'll see how this goes. I hope I explained it well. My speech has been already fucking up because it's Mercury retrograde, pre-shadow anyway. So my speech has already been a little all over the place, but I'm having trouble collecting my thoughts today. I also will be using the Soul's Journey deck to see any themes or lessons that are at play before we even get started. I just want to play with it while I talk. Anyway, very ADD right now. Yeah, I also want to pull these to see any themes or lessons that are at play. And I really want to focus on that because, as you guys know, like, the thing that I love most about doing doing tarot card readings is helping people. Like, straight up. Like, that's why I love my job. I need to not stop that. I need to stop saying my job. That's why I love my vocation so much. I get to help people, and that's a really big deal to me. Like, that's a really big deal to me. Telling you the details of a story, that's not exactly helpful, right? Like, actually giving you guys advice on how to resolve a situation or what is in your best interest is way more helpful. Like, even when I was doing the sign readings, I always try to end it in some kind of like positive way or some kind of like token of information of like, hey, you know, you might want to just try this just to help you with the situation or help you get through the situation. I don't like leaving people with, here's the situation you're in, there it is. I don't like leaving people like that because I don't think that that's to their benefit, right? You guys already know what's going on in your lives. You don't need me to tell you that stuff, right? But anyway, that's why I want to keep the focus on that with these surprise SOSing messages. So anyway, very long-winded way of saying I'll be doing surprise readings whenever I'm feeling pulled and SOS'd to give messages, okay? So that being said, let's get started with the first one. I've been getting a lot of stuff about victims and victimhood, victimization, victimizers. I'm getting a lot of stuff around that. So I wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be a collective. I keep hearing Virgo. It's kind of bothering me. So actually, this might be pertaining to just like Virgo energy. So that could be something that happened in Virgo season, or it could be pertaining to someone who has a strong Virgo placement or Virgo energy. And also keep in mind, we can harness the energy of any sign whenever we need to, right? We all have that capability. But anyway, I've been getting a lot of stuff about that. So we'll see if that comes up because it's coming back to the forefront for me. But anyway, show me the energies at play. Ooh, okay. Death card. So scorpionic energy. So again, that could be pertaining to a placement someone has or something that happened in Scorpio season, or as a planet transitions in or out of Scorpio. That could even indicate the moon, okay? I'm actually just noticing the moon behind that individual. Let's see what else wants to come out. I'm going to get 3, or if 3 want to come out. What other energies are at play? Lovers. Gemini. We know Scorpio and Gemini. Can I get one more, please? Oh, thank you. And Virgo. I knew I felt Virgo here. Wow. Okay. So we have Scorpionic energy, Gemini energy, and Virgo energy here. So like I said, these could be pertaining to placements. You guys could just be harnessing these energies. It could be pertaining to a time period of when a planet was transitioning in and out of this. So again, before we even get the messages, just remember, these are not going to be for everybody. I'm just getting SOS on stuff, okay? But just right out the gate, it's like there's a lot of introspective energy. Yeah, I'm feeling that victimhood. I'm feeling a lot of that. Someone feels like they are just a true victim, like they're plagued by trauma, like it follows them. Someone feels like they're a magnet for trauma. It's led to being a victim of love. Yeah, someone's just kind of like sitting in their victimhood. It feels very depressive, if I'm being honest with you. It feels very depressive. But let's go ahead. Where am I gonna put that? Pull some soul journey cards here. Any lessons pertaining to this? Lessons or themes pertaining to this? They don't have a victim card. Just saying, they don't have a victim card. Any lessons pertaining to this? Someone's really closed off themselves to a lot of opportunities. God, I wanted to say when it comes to romance, but I feel like in general, because of all of this trauma I don't want to do that, but I feel compelled to do that because of all this trauma as a victim. Not that they wear it as a badge, but like it's like, they're getting stuck in it. It's like they're kind of getting in like into that repetition of telling themselves that they're a victim, telling themselves they're always going to be a victim, telling them it's almost like because of that, it's like not that they don't try for opportunities, they just don't even see them. I feel like they don't even see them. I do feel like someone's spending a lot of time in isolation. A lot. Any lessons going on here? Lessons or themes? Someone claims to be okay with being alone. Deep down, they're really lonely. I feel like they've actually been in denial about this. Like they've convinced themselves they're okay with their loneliness, but they're really not. They're really not. I feel like this person went through a tower moment recently. Any other lessons? Any other lessons? I don't have any cards out yet. Too many, Spirit? Any lessons or themes going on here? Oh, interesting. Service. Okay. I feel good when I can help others. Oh, this is taking a sad turn. Oh, boundaries. We got some boundary lessons going on here. The reason this person feels like such a victim and that, you know, that they just keep attracting trauma, I feel like this person really struggles with boundaries, like having healthy boundaries, what that looks like. I feel like this person in their, like, they could be young, but I mean, when were younger, when they were younger from where they are now, no matter how old they are, I don't feel like they're like a spring chicken, if I'm being honest. I don't feel like they're like, you know, 18 or 20 or anything like that. Anyway, getting back to the message here. I feel like when they were younger, it was like balls to the wall, no boundaries, like full on attachment, like all up in someone's energy field, like fully in, like full, you know, all in 100%. And they were hurt because of that. And now they've gone through all of these situations where that's really blown up in their face and they feel like they've been a victim of all of that. Now they're at the point where they don't give at all, but they want to, which is why they don't have opportunities. Yeah, which is why they don't have opportunities. Interesting. Let's keep going. I do feel like this person has a big heart. I do. I feel like this person really enjoys people when they're in a healthy, balanced state. But I feel like this person, because of what they've been through, they haven't had that much in their life. Wow. And now we have grief and worry. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. This person tries to shrug off anything they lose. But when they shrug it off, they're not dealing with it. And so it just gets like put into the bank of all their victimizations or like victimhood, into the bank of their victimhood. I'll put it that way. I feel like it's coming to a head for this person right now. Any other lessons or themes going on here? Any other lessons or themes going on here? All of a sudden it got really hot. Overall, yeah, friendship, Jesus. Yeah, look at that. And trust. Just to boot, empathy underneath that. Yeah, this person's going to work on boundaries. And I do feel like this person's been through some shit. I'm not trying to sugarcoat any of their stuff. I'm not saying that because they were all like fully in that they weren't really a victim. I do feel like this person's been through some shit. I really do. I really feel that way. And I feel like that might even be why they went all in initially in some of these situations with people and in their relationships. And I'm not just talking about romance. It does feel like with any kind of connection they've had, I feel like it was never formed in a healthy way to begin with because of their trauma and because of whatever they've been through. And so they never learned those healthy boundaries to understand how to have a healthy relationship, to not be so traumatized or hurt moving forward. This person hasn't learned it. And it's weird because it's like they've been on both sides of it, right? Like full on in and then like, no. And then now that they're at the point of like, no, like being very closed off or very defensive or very cautious or mistrusting, they keep losing these opportunities and then that hurts. So this person just keeps getting perpetually hurt and they can't really figure out why. And I think this person's coming into the understanding of, oh, I don't understand boundaries. I don't understand what healthy boundaries look like. I don't understand what healthy relationships look like. That's what my problem is. And it's kind of unfortunate because this person does have a big heart. And that's also why it kind of hurts so bad. You know, this person could also be an empath. This is my, you know, empathy is here, right? Anyway, let me read these to you because I didn't read them yet. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly, and I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. This person's understanding their role in lost opportunities. It's actually really unfortunate. I think it's actually kind of sad. But let's pull some cards. Let's pull some cards. I'm going to use a crystal. I keep looking at this card and I keep hearing Mars. Someone might have a Mars Scorpio placement, but Mars also rules Scorpio, so it's just weird because I can't stop looking at that. Or that something could have happened when Mars was in Scorpio, because that was actually not that long ago. When did Mars leave Scorpio? I feel like that was like, Lord, I can't even remember. I feel like Mars was out of Scorpio by December, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Or someone could be dealing with like a Scorpio male. You guys get what I'm getting at with like these planetary associations. Anyway. Any messages regarding this spread? Any messages regarding this spread or this situation? Wow. Oh, if that is not someone who is a victim of trauma, I don't know what is. 10 of Swords in reverse, Gemini energy, and 9 of Swords in reverse, Gemini energy. That is pretty fucking painful to look at. Wow. That was really heavy on my heart chakra. I can't imagine what this person's been through. I literally heard they didn't have a chance. Like, that's what I literally heard. They didn't have a chance. I feel like this probably started really young. They were, I keep getting this energy of betrayal too with this, but it's definitely relating to trauma and like feeling like a victim, being a victim. I just feel like betrayal from family, like from like starting at a young age. Causing this person to constantly like seek out support, constantly seek out those intimate, safe connections because this person didn't have safe connections growing up. Oh my God. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this person subconsciously was always seeking out some kind of supportive, safe connections because they just never had that. They just never had that. But because they never had that, they also didn't know what that looked like, right? They didn't know what that looked like or how to go about that. Maybe not even understanding that it takes time to build those kind of connections, right? And if this started super young, because I'm feeling more like child energy with this, if this started at a really, 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 really young age, like how could this person ever truly feel safe even within themselves? And again, I'm not trying to bash this person or paint them up to be like some kind of like broken individual, because I actually feel like this person is fairly aware of themselves at this point because they are kind of looking at the other side of things. It's almost like they're going through all of their losses. I'm feeling just loss. All of their losses. I feel like people that they've lost connections with, realizing their role in it. Right? Like, oh shit. Like, well, maybe that person wasn't really a douchebag, or maybe the person really wasn't a bitch. Maybe at the end of the day, I was so seeking out that safe connection that it was too much. I expected too much, right? But instead of seeing that, this person took it on as betrayal. You get what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying. Okay, let's keep going. Any other messages? Any other messages pertaining to this spread? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. Page of Pentacles with the World, which is fixed energy, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. Excuse me, also Saturn, which rules Capricorn here. Page of Pentacles with the World. This is taking on a whole new perspective. Perspective. Yeah, someone's literally changing the way they see connections and their role in it and comparing it to what they've been through. This person for a long time could have just said like, everyone's awful. People have always done this to me. People have always been like this to me. No one cares. No one's ever cared about me. At the end of the day, this person just never had that feeling of safety ever. And so they latched onto it, anything that seemed safe, investing too much. Like, you can say that's codependent energy, and having it not work out, they feel betrayed. They feel even more like a victim. And as time goes on, they do that less and less because they're so hurt and so traumatized to the point where now they just don't give anything. And then when it falls apart because they're not giving anything, they're like, well, they just didn't stick around because that always happens. Or, people don't stick around for me. Or like, again, that victim role, but it's self-perpetuating, right? This person's realizing that. It's actually really interesting because it's like, it goes from a very like open, all-in codependent energy all the way through to being really closed off and having the same feeling being perpetuated. That is really fascinating, just from a psychological perspective. Anyway, overall energy, we do have 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Capricorn energy. It's weird, I wanted to say Taurus, but it's not Taurus. But we do have a Taurus card underneath that. King of Pentacles, Taurian energy, could also be earth or air. So very masculine energy. Again, it's just an energy. It can be relating to females, doesn't matter. But King of Pentacles with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, someone's being let go of. There's also a major heart chakra opening happening here. That was weird to say. Heart chakra opening happening here. It's security. King of Pentacles is the full-on representation of, hey, I've got you. That is a king that shows up, that likes to build, that likes to invest, and likes to keep maintaining, likes to really be there, likes to give that support in a tangible way. Tangible. And this person has never had that kind of security or feeling of that. They're not familiar with that. They don't really know what that is supposed to be like. And I think even if they do encounter it, they wouldn't know what to do with it. If I'm being totally honest here. Yeah, but that's what this feels like to me. Interesting. Okay. Let's break down these energies a little bit more. I don't want to break them down too much because I feel like it's really obvious what's going on here. I just, God, look at the difference. That is beautiful. That's beautiful. I don't really want to focus on the past. I want to focus on the future. So let's go and look at the World. Let's do Gilded. Start with the World. Play with the World. Time with the World. Time with the World. Got a peeker. Wow. Oh, whoa. Just whoa. Justice, Libra energy, and with the 10 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. Talk about stability, man. Wow. I almost have no words for this. Understanding both sides of this and someone having, and putting 2 and 2 together as far as this pattern that they've had through the course of their life and how it's also evolved through the course of their life and seeing how things need to change. Look at what it brings in. Look at what that shit brings in. It brings in abundance. It brings in abundance and security. Wow. That's amazing. This is the epitome of the power of changing your energy and changing your perspective and what it could give you. Look at the stark difference here. That's major. Wow. Okay. Sorry. I'm just amazed. Time about the World. Time about the World. Whoop. Jesus, so many cards. Tell me about the World. Oh, wow. Okay, whoever's going through this is definitely going through a heart chakra opening, and they're about to make an approach to somebody as a result. So we have Four of Pentacles in reverse, Cappy energy with the Page of Wands. And then you ready for this? The Knight of Wands, Sag energy, could also be Aries or Leo, with the Queen of Wands, Aries, could also be fire or water. Look at this. The Page to the Knight to the Queen. I just feel immense growth. Let me just say that first and foremost. Changing this perspective, opening the heart chakra, going through all of this with this change of perspective is allowing someone to fully mature in a very quick amount of time, from the Page to the Knight to the Queen. I also do feel an approach here and news of like, hey, I've done a lot of thinking. I understand, like, you know, like almost like making amends in a way. Like, I realize my role in shit. I understand my pathology now. Someone gets their pathology. That's hard to do. Like, not everyone is capable of being their own shrink in that kind of a very advanced way. But either way, I do feel an approach here for a lot of people from a masculine energy to a feminine energy, but also a major growth and ascension process. Like, major growth process. We also have death in reverse, rebirth. Rebirth, scorpionic energy. Hold on. Beautiful, man. Overall, we do have the Fool in reverse, though. This is your Uranus energy. It's also Aries for me as a reader. I don't love that this card is here, because the Fool in reverse always shows me like fear and insecurity. That's always what it shows me. I feel like this person's just reflected on, again, their pathology and how it makes sense, and like putting two and two together and realizing a lot of their insecurities and where it comes from and how they've been perpetuated and self-perpetuated. I feel like that's really why it's there, because, I mean, with the World card, this person's going into the world, like, no doubt about it. There is a new cycle starting here because someone took on that new perspective for themselves. But in doing so, it's also acceptance of all the insecurities and pathology this person's realizing about themselves, right? It is what it is. Anyway, it's still beautiful. I mean, my goodness, look at, again, whoever's involved in this, congratulations if this is your energy. It does feel masculine. It can be for a woman. It just feels very masculine to me, okay? Do I need to pull any other cards? I mean, I don't think so. I think it's pretty clear. I think it's pretty clear cut. I will pull one Wisdom of the Oracle. I'll pull one for any kind of like last bit of advice, but honestly, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with this individual's ability to look at this shit, you know, in this kind of a way for themselves. This is a lot of deep work, a lot of deep reflection here. Anyway, any advice regarding this spread? Just wow. Any advice regarding this spread? And it's interesting because I feel like, sorry, I just have to like talk about something I'm tapping into. I feel like the healing portion, that's taken place, has taken place in a lot of like the feminine aspects of themselves. Again, regardless of gender. Like a lot of the feminine aspects of themselves. Feminine aspects of ourselves is what allows us to receive graciously. What allows us to be helped and supported. I feel like that part of this person has been very fragmented because of the trauma that they've experienced. They haven't allowed themselves to receive because they were too busy like grabbing and clinging, right? And then when they shut down, they also didn't allow themselves to receive, right? Very fascinating. Anyway. So a card came out. Clean it up. Energy of 21 breaking down to a 3. So I'm going to go ahead and read this off because I haven't worked with this deck too much. So I'm just going to read the description because I haven't gone over this one yet. Getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your home? Also, too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean house. Every item out of place matters. Wait a minute. Ooh, that's a typo. There's literally a typo in here. Okay, I'll just fill in a word for that. Every item out of place picks away at you. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for the miracles that are lining up for you. Time to clear the air. Take a look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours, to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings baggage. Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered about your relationship and let it flourish. Some things like opening your mail, paying bills, sorting out your timetable, making lists, and getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Make time for yourself too. This card is a sign that you may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. Sorry, is it not focusing? Sorry, my ring light's kind of bright. Oh, there we go. That's better. I love the imagery though. It's awesome. Is it possible you may be focusing too much on other people right now, trying too hard to help trying too hard to be helpful? Does taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired? Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her from responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors, and you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. Ooh. Ouch. That hit someone. I felt that. I felt that one. Anyway, guys, so this was the first string in these surprise readings. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. This was a very, very like powerful message. I do think that this can pertain to the collective just because I have been getting a lot of like victimizer, victimhood stuff. I know that's coming up a lot for masculine energy as it's going through the rebirthing process, through all of like the death processing that we've been going through since December, as I've been talking about for months. So definitely this pertains to the collective, but the cards that I did pull in the beginning, just to show them again. Scorpio, which I keep hearing Mars, by the way. Scorpio, Gemini, and Virgo. Scorpio, Gemini, and Virgo. Not surprising that Gemini and Virgo came out, just because Mercury did go pre-shadow today. And then it goes full-on retrograde on the 16th. I will be doing an energy shift reading in a couple days, though, for the collective, because Mercury is going to be moving into Pisces soon. Okay? Right? Yes. Yes. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and we'll see if we'll continue to do these. Okay? All right. I'll see you later. Have a good night and a good start to February. Namaste.